Yeah, we're going through a very, very difficult spell right now in terms of violence throughout the city, and it's affected all of us. We've actually had a couple of incidents with shots fired and an actual shooting right across the street from my house. So I'm living through the exact same thing that many residents are experiencing throughout the city, and it is unnerving. There's a lot of anxiety. People are scared. And we're all extremely concerned. So I want folks to know that I take this responsibility extremely, extremely seriously. We're working with law enforcement and doing everything that we can to address the situation as aggressively and as well as possible. So that includes things such as increasing the police presence wherever it is that we know that there's gang activity, wherever there has been a shooting. It includes working behind the scenes, particularly through our detectives, following up on all of our sources, following up on all the information to make sure that we're developing intelligence and developing information to not only put perpetrators of violence behind bars, but that we're also working proactively to prevent other crimes going forward. And then the other really important piece of the mix from the law enforcement side is working with our partners in the community, namely with the Institute for the Study and Practice of Nonviolence. Their job is to intervene right at the point where things are the most dangerous. And that's right after a shooting, because we know that the risk of revenge is at the highest. And what they do is they go to the hospital, they go to the scene, they build relationships with folks, and they develop a trust with folks where they can either help interrupt the violence directly by connecting those families with programs that can get the kids or the young people onto the right path, or they can develop information that can help us stop there from being a revenge shooting. So we're doing all of that, and believe me, our police department and everyone in public safety, we're doing everything we can to stay on top of this, to try to put this really difficult time behind us. On top of that, we also know that what we're seeing right now is what happens when the support systems for our young people and support systems for people in need break down. It used to be the case before COVID that we would have plenty of summer jobs available to keep kids busy and in the right direction. We used to have basketball programs and recreation programs to keep kids occupied, keep them out of harm's way, and keep them, again, on the right path. We used to have even things such as playgrounds with our basketball courts open throughout the city. We used to have youth sports. All of these things, they add up, and we start losing kids where they start going in the wrong direction because they don't have those mentors behind them and that support system to put their arm around them and keep them on the right path. So this is an extraordinary challenge for us. But I've been in conversations with the city council president, and we're hoping to make some announcements in the coming week around more supports that we can provide for our young people. We can't do it as we usually do during normal times because of COVID restrictions, but we're going to try to find some creative ways to nonetheless provide these supports so that kids have an outlet that doesn't require them turning to violence and turning to the streets.